Hey everyone, welcome to another DailyJim. It's Wednesday, August 24th, 2022. Today I want to talk about the war in Ukraine. I believe it's been going on now for 6 months. And I can remember vividly when it first started. I was back here in Michigan and I was about to travel to a cousin's wedding in Mexico. And I don't think I slept the whole night thinking about the war starting, and that's just me being so far away from Michigan. I can't imagine what people who were in Ukraine felt while it was happening and what they're feeling now. And the ones who are no longer in Ukraine, who were there, who fled. I think seeing today is something, did they say 5.9 million or 6.9 million people have fled Ukraine to go into Europe, refugees? It's just so hard for me to fathom. And the death and the pain and the suffering and the trauma and it's war. And people do horrific things to each other with this stupid idea that doing a horrific thing to somebody else is going to stop them from doing horrific things to us. It's just so hard for me to watch, to listen, to hear, and to just think how so many of us become desensitized to it. We numb ourselves off to it. I know I have in many ways. In the beginning, I was paying attention to almost everything that was happening, that I could read from here and see from here, and yet now it's almost too much sometimes to open up and just feel so helpless. Like, what can I really do? Now I know there are lots of people who have donated money. There are people who have helped host refugees. There are people who helped send supplies. But maybe that gives us a sense of agency in the moment. But I wonder how fleeting that can be. It just seems sometimes that politicians make decisions to go to war, and they just go to war. They just decide that the best way to resolve conflict is to escalate it and to attack the other side. And well, if we just attack them hard enough, then they will stop. It's just, I find it to be, frankly, very short-sighted and quite illogical. I think it doesn't work. I think it may work only if everyone dies on the other side. But even then, somebody will survive and probably have a lot of anger and will plot the other person's demise. And so I just don't think the idea of such intense punishment, or even on a lower level, I just don't think punishment is the best way to resolve conflict. I think it either perpetuates conflict or worse, escalates conflict. And I think that's what happens a lot. And so I'm just sitting here going, what can I do? What can we do? I look at leadership in many countries, and some attack physically with violence, and some attack emotionally with violence, and some attack economically with violence. And I think for me, the biggest struggle that we have is to end some of these wars. We have to come together. We have to start caring about each other. Even when people hit us, even when people hurt us, how can we come back and start caring about each other and try to get on the same damn team? Because this division, this divide, this anger, this hatred, this fear, this illusion that we're separate, this illusion that that national borders matter as much as they think as people tell us they do. This illusion that other people don't care about us really, I think, is causing us to go crazy and take a lot of actions that are severely harming the lives of other people and harming the lives of ourselves. I don't know. I just really hope that we start to learn conflict resolution skills, that we start to learn how to accept that things have happened in the past and say, okay, good, that was in the past, now let's move forward together. You did what you did, I did what I did. Okay, I feel bad for what I did. Maybe you don't feel bad. I don't care. Let's move together. Let's move forward together. And it requires a lot more strength than I think some of these military attacks do. I think shooting someone is one of the weakest things that we could do. I think there's a lot more strength in learning how to love that person than there is in giving into hatred to them. Or worse, letting ourselves become so succumbed by numbness that we become indifferent to whether the person lives or dies. I think we can do so much better for other people and for ourselves. And I look forward to us getting there. I think we can get there. I don't know how, but I think we will. I think we can. All right. Talk to you soon. Good night.